Hello, 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 everyone. I got to tell you, I am so super excited today as we have transitioned out of a very challenging 2020 into 2021, to bring back the Feel Good Fridays. And so today is the premiere episode. And why am I even more excited? There's a special guest in the house, that I'm so glad that she's here to celebrate with me in what I'm calling Feel Good Friday 3.0. First of all, my name is Larnette Winston. I am the owner and founder of Larnette Winston Love Your Life Coaching LLC, where I help you to live an extraordinary life with clarity, confidence, and motivation. That's right. And so now I'm going to introduce this very special guest. We've been working together for quite a while now. And her name is Nikki Nicole Gets It Sold Lannis Reese. She's from Jacksonville, Florida, and she is a real estate extraordinaire agent. I got to tell you, she has been so driven. She's blowing it up, especially during the year when we thought that what was there to be confident about? We had goals. How were we going to achieve these goals? How were we going to stay motivated? And through the coaching process, this girl, I got to tell you, not only is she a real estate agent extraordinaire, she's an influencer and motivator to those in her industry. And by the way, a top producer. Nikki, welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Awesome. Looking good, girl. Looking good. So, as we talk about confidence and transition, or trying to stay confident during a transitional period, I first want to ask you, how were you introduced to coaching? And what were your initial thoughts or ideas around the idea of coaching?
At first, I didn't know what coaching was. The way I discovered you, of course, was on Instagram. I found a hashtag online, and I was actually going through something at the time. And when you introduced yourself and you told me that you were a life coach, I'm like, what in the world is a life coach and what do they do? And I never knew life coaches existed. Of course, I've heard of therapists and things like that. And I'm like, okay, why would I need a life coach? Why would I need, anybody? What is this? So when I learned what a life coach is and now I see the results, I am like, everybody is crazy for not having a life coach.
Yeah, I agree. We all need a coach. Even as a coach, I've got 3 coaches. So if you could describe the coaching process and how it has changed how you show up in your life now in both your personal and professional life, what would it be? How would you describe it?
I would describe coaching as, first of all, a safe place. To me, I like to talk a lot, but to be able to have a space where you can really trust somebody with the deepest secrets that you wouldn't even share with anybody else, not even your closest spouse, your mom, dad, nobody. But
Right.
when you have this safe place where you can actually vent out how you feel about everything with no judgment at all. And also, once you get that energy out and you project on how you feel, now you have a coach in place to be able to coach you on the next steps and how to get past this and how to be confident and not to make up these crazy stories in your head and all of this other stuff. So I would describe it as a safe place. I would describe it as a place that just as a resource that everybody needs to have in their back pocket, because you need somebody. I just feel that way. You need to have somebody to talk to.
And if you could describe also, the greatest piece for you in how this has changed your world, tell our viewers what that's like for you, your journey.
Oh man, the journey. Well, first, I know this might okay. I know people probably tired of hearing this story, but I remember when I first started coaching with you, I was not doing it consistently. It's just that I was acting like a crack addict, and every time I needed help or I was going through something, I would call you and say, "Hey, Larnette," and of course I would feel better afterwards. But it really takes you have to do the work on yourself. So it really amazes me when you said, "Okay, Nikki, how much do you care about yourself to invest in yourself?" And it's like when you said that, a light bulb went off. I'm like, oh my God, I spent all this money in other places, but I'm not spending the money on something that can truly help and change my life. And once I got into coaching consistently, weekly, we talk weekly,
Mhm.
that's when I can see the change. And I do these daily stories on social media, but I record everything. So it's like you can see the change from in the beginning when I was fake versus where I am right now. So it's
Mhm.
amazing. It's
Mhm.
amazing.
And how's it helped you in your business?
Oh, a lot. So in my business, when I first got into real estate, I was not my true authentic self. I'm the type of person that I have so much energy. Of course, people can probably see this, but I hid that energy from the world because I wasn't for sure what the world wanted to see. So I made up this story in my mind of I'm going to show up as the person that I think the world wants to see. So when I first got into real estate and I thought about, okay, realtors, they dress nice. Let me dress this way. Or realtors, they talk a certain way. Or you have to present yourself a certain way and be professional and all of this extra stuff. And when I was doing that, I wasn't my true authentic self. So when I'm meeting clients and I'm showing up to clients' house, of course I'm doing my job and everything is good, but I still feel different in the inside because I know I was being fake with the customers. I know, and it's like when I was fake with the customers, the energy that I received back, even though they were nice to me because I was nice, it's still not like my customers right now. I got some good customers right now because I'm
Mhm.
giving them the real me right now. So I was attracting fake customers and because I was fake, and I was attracting a lot of other things too because I still had things in the inside of me that I need to work on as far as my mindset. But once with coaching, I was able to shift that,
Mhm.
then my business, better.
Mhm. 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 Yeah, and you're doing some really incredible things, and some things that throughout the journey of should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? Should I try this? Should I try that? And you have stepped out and have done some things that really aren't the norm in your approach in gaining your customers and clientele. So tell me how this confidence came through to be able to do what you're doing now.
Oh my goodness. Well, the confidence came. Of course, well, oh goodness, I want to talk about the ELI assessment that I took because that was a game changer for me because
Okay.
I used to always hear, from my past, different people I would come across, Nikki, you think you always right, you always right. In my mind, I'm like, I am right. You're not gonna tell me I'm not right. But
Mhm.
I did the assessment and you were like, hey, this was the results. Yeah. Have you ever heard this? No, you're not always right. But to me, that assessment told me the truth about myself and who I really was. And you got to be ready to hear the information. You got to be ready. But I was
Right.
receive and make the changes within myself. So that ELI assessment to me was the very first step in going toward me being confident as I am right now after I found out the truth about myself.
Yeah, and you're right. That's the energy. What she's talking about is the energy leadership index assessment, and it basically shows you how you are currently showing up in life, and some ways in which you would be able to in the moment shift your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, as you guys may have heard me talk about before, your cup of tea, your thoughts, emotions, and actions. So yeah, that's a really great tool that sets the foundation, right, Nikki, on your next steps. What are some of the other tools that through this process that have you found very effective and beneficial for you?
Oh my God. So my I don't know if you would call her my friend. I don't know what you would call her, but her name is Nikisha. So
Uh-huh.
throughout the exercises, I remember I kept making these stories up in my head because of course I'm 36 years old. My brain has been programmed how I was when I was a kid. So I still have all of these thoughts and limiting beliefs in the back of my mind. So whenever I wanted to move forward and be confident in something that I wanted to do with my business and my life or anything, that
Hmm.
thought in the back of my mind, which we named through gremlin work, well, we call it gremlin work. So I named
Hmm.
my gremlin Nikisha. So that was real helpful for me because now I'm able to recognize when that thought is in my head that's causing me to have fear, and I can tell. I'm like, shut up, Nikisha. Shut
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
get out of my head. You're not gonna tell me what to do. We got this. God got my back. Hey, let's go. So that was amazing to me to have Nikisha. And also I keep an Rubik's Cube. I don't have it with me right now, but I keep an Rubik's Cube to remind myself sometimes when I do feel that way. I keep a reminder. So Whenever that thought comes in my brain, and sometimes it's hard for me to control them, then I have to do something different. Let me twist my Rubik's Cube so I can get those thoughts out of my head so that I can move forward, because I know if my headspace is clear, then
Mhm.
to the moon, we can go anywhere.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nikkis and the ELI have definitely been some very effective tools for you. And ladies and gentlemen, having been on this journey with Nikki from where she started to where she is today through the coaching process is really kind of indescribable, and it's a beautiful thing to witness. It really is. And of course, Nikki, you are reaping the benefits of how different your life is today versus 3 years ago, right?
Yep. I wouldn't even show tattoos. I wouldn't show my tattoos. I was afraid if I go to a customer house that they would judge me because they can't see it now, but I got tattoos all down my arm right here. But I was afraid to show that. And I remember the very first time I went to a customer house and I showed my tattoos, she didn't even think nothing at all because she knew I knew what I was doing. And I felt so much better because I was walking around in the summertime sweating in them blazers. It was not good. So I was excited to know that I went to that house with my tattoos out and she still hired me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so with this whole new awareness level, this whole new higher level of awareness and consciousness that you have of how you want to show up in any given moment, what has been the ripple effect to those around you, whether in your personal and or your professional life?
It is so crazy and weird that you say this because the ripple effect is, like I make stories every day on social media and I just talk and tell people about my day, and I'm just honest with them because I know the same stuff that I deal with, other people deal with it too. So it's like, because I've got help and I got better, any way that I can help motivate somebody else to not make up these stories in their head, motivate them to start their own business, motivate them to where if there's an obstacle coming in their way, how are you going to handle this and things like that. So for me, I forgot what I was talking about.
Your ripple effect to
Yes.
those around you.
So it's crazy that when I make these stories, I now have people always contacting me and say, "Oh my God, Nikki, thank you so much for all the inspiration that you share." And it's like I have all of these people that I'm naturally attracting now, because remember, I was fake and I was not. I was worried because I remember one time we had a session and I was like, I didn't have any friends and all of this other stuff. And you told me, you was like, you will attract the people that are meant for you when you be your true authentic self. But I couldn't accept my true authentic self because, like I said, I had so much energy and I was like, this is not what people want. So I was afraid to let it out. And the thing that I was afraid to let out, oh my God, everybody loved it. And I'm like, y'all like all of this energy? Right. So many more people and inspire so many other people. I get messages every day. And it just makes me feel good that because of the work I've done within myself, that now I can be a ripple effect to everybody else, and then hopefully encourage them to either seek a life coach as well or something else to be able to help them, be better in their journey in life too.
Yeah, yeah, it's amazing. And that is a true testament to energy attracts like energy. When you show up like that, you naturally attract people that are meant for you, just
I
like
have
you said.
best customers. I have the best customers. And it's almost like they almost just, even if they don't act like me, they understand me and I can just still be myself and they just get a thrill out of it. But I have the best customers now, the best customers.
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, and as you can see, her energy is just off the charts. I love working with her. She's just so full of energy. And I love that what she takes and what she learns, she shares it. She shares it with the world, with those around her, and being that inspiration, motivator, and as I said at the top, an influencer in her industry. So, Nikki.
Get on camera too, because at first I didn't want to get on camera.
That's right. That's right. Now you can't stay off the camera.
I did not want to get on camera because a while ago, some years ago, I ended up getting Bell's palsy. So it affected the left side of my face. So I was very insecure about that at one time. And it was always my dream to like entertain people. But I'm like, how am I going to entertain if the left side of my face is not functioning? Who? I'm not worried about this. I'm like, I am doing just fine. And I'm like, it is what it is. But I wouldn't even get on camera because I was just all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you have definitely had an amazing journey. I love having you on here today to help me celebrate our first premiere episode of Feel Good Friday 3.0 in 2021. Um, Here, is your opportunity, any final thoughts that you want to share with our viewers today?
I just want to share with anybody, if you were even just thinking or have this, even if you're just thinking, I can't afford a life coach, I'm telling you, it will be the best investment that you have in your life. When I tell you this is a life coach, I will have a life coach forever. Like forever, I will never not have a life coach, because I know having somebody in your corner and somebody, because you can't talk to everybody, but
Right.
I would just encourage people to get a life coach seriously. And look, and if you know of anybody looking to buy or sell a home in the Jacksonville, Florida area or any area, let me take the time and interview another realtor in the area. That way you know who you're getting. But anyway, yeah, looking to buy, sell a home, call me, Nikki Nicole Reese.
Awesome. Nikki Nicole gets it sold. And to Nikki's point, having someone, an additional support or resource for you, especially when, and it doesn't necessarily have to be when things are going wrong per se, but to have a resource doesn't necessarily have to be me, but seek someone. And if you are interested, there's going to be links below here. So click on the link below where you can schedule a complimentary 45-minute discovery session with me to try it on, see how it fits, if it's good for you. And then also, if you want to reach out to Nikki, her link is there too, right? Okay. Oh, and don't forget, subscribe to my channel. All right, Nikki, thank you so much for being here today. Much love to you. And what is it? See y'all later. All right, bye-bye for now. Thanks so much, everybody, for spending a few minutes with us today. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.